Why feeding pigeons in Venice could cost you a fortune. Picture this. You're in Venice, soaking in the absolutely stunning beauty of St. Mark's Square. The sun is warm, the architecture is breathtaking, and you decide to toss a small crumb from your croissant to a friendly-looking pigeon. It feels like a harmless, picture-perfect tourist moment, right? But suddenly a police officer approaches, and you're hit with a massive fine. What's the big deal? Why such a heavy penalty for a tiny crumb? Well, the story behind Venice's bitter war on pigeons is more fascinating than you'd think. And once we've unraveled that mystery, stick around, because we're revealing 7 other strange laws from the city of Canals that you won't believe are real. The war on pigeons, that iconic image of a tourist in St. Mark's Square, arms outstretched and covered in a flurry of feathered friends, is totally illegal. Breaking this law can land you a fine of up to 500 euros. While some reports mention even higher dollar amounts, the official penalty is a steep one. So, why is Venice so incredibly strict about this? It really boils down to one thing: preservation. For centuries, pigeons were actually part of the city's charm, but as tourism exploded, so did the pigeon population. For decades, there were even licensed vendors selling grain to tourists, encouraging the very thing that's now banned. It created a cycle. More tourists feeding pigeons meant more pigeons, which attracted more tourists who wanted that classic photo. But behind this charming scene, a serious problem was taking root. The number one reason for the ban is that pigeon droppings are incredibly destructive. They are highly acidic and literally eat away at the city's priceless marble statues and ancient architecture. When you have tens of thousands of pigeons roosting on historic buildings, their collective droppings act like a slow, relentless acid bath, causing permanent corrosion and decay. The city was spending a fortune just to clean and repair the damage. On top of the damage to buildings, the massive pigeon population was a public health concern. So, after years of debate, a citywide ban on feeding pigeons and seagulls was finally enacted in 2008. The city stopped renewing the licenses for the grain sellers and put up signs warning tourists about the ban. Today, municipal police patrol the busiest sites to enforce these rules. 7 other strange laws in Venice. But Venice's crackdown on bad behavior doesn't stop with pigeons. The city has a whole host of rules designed to manage the effects of over-tourism. Break one, and you could be facing hefty fines or even be asked to leave. So, let's get into 7 other bizarre laws you need to know before you go. No casual sitting. After a long day of walking, you might be tempted to rest on the steps of a bridge or plop down in St. Mark's Square. Don't do it. It's prohibited to sit or lie down on the ground, on the banks of canals, or on the steps of monuments. This is to maintain decorum and, more importantly, to keep foot traffic flowing in a city of narrow streets. With millions of visitors, a few people sitting down can create a huge bottleneck. Fines for this can be up to 200 euros. No swimming in the canals. On a hot day, a dip in a Venetian canal might look refreshing. It is a very, very bad idea. It's strictly forbidden to swim or even dip your feet in the canals. Not only is it dangerous with all the boat traffic, but I can't stress this enough. The canals are not clean. They've essentially functioned as the city's sewage system for centuries. If you take an unauthorized plunge, you're looking at a $350 fine and possibly being banned from the area. No public picnics. Enjoying a packed lunch on the steps of a historic church might seem charming, but it's against the rules. Consuming food and drink is forbidden in many public areas, including St. Mark's Square, unless you're at a cafe or restaurant. The city has public gardens for picnics to help control litter and keep its famous landmarks clean. If you're caught, fines can be up to 200 euros. Dress for the city, not the beach. Venice is surrounded by water, but it's not a beach town. Walking around bare-chested or just in a swimsuit away from the beach areas is a quick way to get fined. The city expects a certain level of public decorum, so you need to be properly clothed in its historic streets. Getting caught without a shirt can cost you €250. No wheels allowed. This one catches a lot of travelers by surprise. You cannot ride or even push a bicycle through most of Venice's historic center. The city is a pedestrian-only zone, and its narrow, crowded alleys and countless stepped bridges make cycling impossible. You can be fined €100 just for walking your bike through the main areas. No love locks. That romantic gesture of attaching a padlock to a bridge to symbolize eternal love is a big no-no in Venice. Attaching love locks to any of the city's historic bridges is considered vandalism. The locks add weight to the old structures and damage them when they have to be cut off. Getting caught could lead to a fine of around €100. No camping in the square. This may sound like common sense, but the city had to explicitly outlaw tourists trying to save money by sleeping in public spaces. Camping or setting up any kind of temporary camp in public is illegal. It's part of a broader effort to combat the negative side of over-tourism. If you're caught spending the night in a park or square, you can expect a fine of €200 and will likely be ordered to leave immediately. So, from pigeon food to padlocks, Venice is a city that takes its rules seriously. While some of these laws might seem a bit much, they all come from a place of desperation, the need to protect one of the most beautiful and fragile cities on Earth. Venice is fighting for its survival against rising seas and the sheer volume of people who come to admire it. These rules aren't really there to punish tourists, but to guide us on how to visit responsibly. So when you go, be a thoughtful traveler. Don't feed the pigeons, keep your shirt on, and for everyone's sake, don't even think about swimming in the Grand Canal. What do you think of these laws? Are they a necessary measure to preserve a world treasure, or do they go too far? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you want more hidden travel rules and strange facts, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Thanks for watching.